got that in the bag. So we're gonna save that project real quick. We're gonna go to new project and we're gonna see what we can work with. See what we can work with now. What's going on, everybody? Beats by Lonze back in the building. Another stream. Let me edit this. We ain't gonna do no talking. We're gonna work on another track. So key 37. All right. So remind me later. New project. And we're gonna go with 142 this time. So we're gonna go up 142. I like that. I like that. All right, I like that. But let's what do we want to do? Let's go to new track, new drone track. Let's go through some of my expansions that I got. All right, I kind of like that. We got that going. Now we're gonna go to our hook. Oh my gosh. I want to double click. Why won't you let me double click? Put it back. I want to double click. Put it back. Hopple Valley Farms, what's up? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna cook up. All right, what we're gonna take away? All right, so we will take out those. Shift, select all, cut, and we'll take out we'll take out that one. Let's see. Let's do it there. Alright, I like that. So let's go to what else we want. Alright, so now what we'll do is we will cut that down just a little bit. Cut that down a little bit. All right. What's going on? Happy Valley Farms. Salute. Linda Street. I appreciate you. Happy Valley says 53 and I have an MPC 1 Plus. Going to take a course to shorten the learning curve. Had an MPC 2000 in 1998. You will get it. There's just a couple of things that you gotta look into, like how everything works with the new platform. But if you understand the old MPC platform, I think you'll be able to kind of understand the same way it works. It's the same workflow. It just looks a little bit different. It's not really like too much differently. It just looks a little bit different. But the things work the same. Like, I will say that some people's old way of working in the old MPCs may be a little bit different than how people make beats in the new MPCs. Like, for instance, like I'll give an example. Most people that I find that have MPCs, right, they like to take one project and they like to make 10, 15 beats in one project and have like drums on every track, right? That's fine to do that. But when you get ready to like figure out what beats are on what project, now you got 15 beats in one project and then you don't remember what beats was in what project you did. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like convoluted and it gets convoluted and messy when you do it that way. Now, me personally, I like to kind of like organize my joint. Like, I like to make sure that in a project, whatever's in that project is the actual beat that I'm making. Now, you can have different renditions of the beat, but there's not really too many reasons why you have different renditions. Like, you can actually go in and, like, let's say, for instance, in one part of the project, you may want to start out with an intro, a verse, and a hook. And then in another portion of that same track, you might want to have your verse and your hook first, and then a breakdown, then your verse and the hook. And in that case, then you might possibly want to have two different versions of that track, but you can do that in the song mode. But what I'm trying to get at is that if you organize the way you make beats in the new MPC, you'll never go wrong with how you make beats in it. For instance, like I only use between 4 to 6 tracks in a sequence. And so what I do is I build my sequence as like I'll start out with my intro in one sequence. Then my next sequence I'll have my verse. In my next sequence I'll have my hook. In my next sequence I'll have my breakdown. And so now I got 4 sequences, and now I can put them together and stack them the way that I want them to be created. Now the only difference that they made in the new MPCs and in 3.0 is now you got the arranger mode and you got clips. But all that is just another alternate version and an alternate way of you adding your creations into your song and creating a song. So you got song mode, then you got the arranger, and then you got clips. Everything in the arranger, you can create one whole full song in the arranger, and you can export it out as an MP3. You can take song mode, you can put your sequences from top to bottom, intro, verse, hook, export it, make it a song. Clips, you got your clips, you can play your clips live, record them into the arranger, export them out as a song. So it's really simple. A lot of people make it really complicated and make it really convoluted as far as the way that they make beats, but I think it's really simple. Once you get a program together and you kind of get a solid foundation of how you want to make a beat, then you have all the tools there to make the beat. So yeah, organize. Like for instance, in sequence 1, we'll go back to sequence 1. This is my verse. I have the same drum kit on sequence 1 that I have on sequence 2. But if I wanted to change the drums up a little bit, what I do is I'd put another drum kit in sequence 2, and I'd mute out or I'd delete all the MIDI out of one of the drum kits, and I'd play the drum kits in sequence 2. Then in sequence 1, I'd have my original drum pattern. Let me give you an example. In sequence 1, I have a trap kit, right? That is my trap kit. 16 samples in a group, right? So that's in track number 2. But in track 3, I have another kit in track 3, which is a drill kit. Which y'all heard some of those samples in there. So if I wanted to change up my drums, what I do in sequence one, I'd use a little part of those drums in sequence one. And then if I want to flip it so my hook sounds differently with different drums, then I'd use that other track of drums in my sequence two. So then it has two different sets of drums going on in two different sequences. For example, let me give you an example. So right now I got in my verse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the drums out of one drum track and I'm going to copy them to another drum track. So you're going to have two different drum tracks. Now the drums are going to be different because of where they sit in the actual song, but we'll fix that. All right, so check it out. This is my verse. That's my verse, right? 8 bars of a verse. Now, I know that if a rapper is going to rap on this song, this is 16 bars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double the length of the 8 bars and make it 16 bars so that a rapper can rap on the verse in the actual verse, right? So that's 16 bars in a verse. Now, when you listen to it now, it will be 16 bars on the verse. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's the end of the verse right there. 16 bars, right? So on my hook, so check it out, on my hook, right? Now I use that same trap kit on the hook. So I'm going to mute out the drums on the trap kit. Check it out. Now you're hearing right now, the only thing you're hearing right here is the drill kit drums on the actual hook. So I'm gonna solo it so you can hear. So I just soloed out so you can hear just that. And it has 2 plugins, I believe. Two plugins. I have the hype, and I have another instance of hype on plugin number 1. So most times, most verses will be 12 bars if you are doing an R&B song. For a hip hop song, for a verse, you are rapping 16 bars, and you have 8 bars or 4 bars in your intro. It just depends. It depends on who is rapping on the song. But mostly, if you are doing a hip-hop song, it is 16 bars on a verse, 8 bars on the hook, or you can also have 16 bars on the hook as well, because it can turn around. If you have different renditions and different changes in your hook, you can have 16 bars in the hook too. But I like to kind of stick with like 8 bars. 8 bars as a hook, unless I'm going to like freak it and have like different portions of the hook. Because most times when you sing a hook, you have 8 bars where you sing the first portion, first portion, and then you bring it back again and you kind of flip it a little bit in the second part of the hook. You kind of reiterate what you said in the first portion of the hook. That's why I work in 8 bar increments as far as when I make my beats, because it makes it easier for me to do 8 bars, 16 bars, or 8 bars, or I can double it, and make it that way. But to each his own, however you want to make it. But you'll notice if you go to any R&B song, the R&B song is going to start out with a hook, then it's going to come in with its 8 to 12 bars, because sometimes they like to hum in the beginning, or like set you up for the set you up for your verses in the R&B song, and it's a little bit slower. Like it's a different cadence when you're like doing an R&B song versus when you're rapping. Because when you're rapping on every bar. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. But when you're in an R&B song, it's much slower. You're singing through the verses, and so it just depends. But the way I do mine, I make my songs as if somebody's gonna always come in and rap, and they're gonna give me 16 bars. So I always do 16 bars on a verse, and I do 18. I do 8 bars on the hook, or 16 bars on the hook. Just depends. Um, and then the breakdown. I always have a breakdown or a turnaround, what some people call is a turnaround. Sometimes I put a turnaround in it so that it breaks up the verse and the hook where it doesn't just sound the same all the time. And then I don't have to always change a key or change the melody in the breakdown. I can kind of like keep it the same and drop out elements. Because a lot of times, like I'll be honest with you, when you selling beats to artists, a lot of times, especially rappers, if they don't catch it in the first intro, they already skipping on to the next song. So what you try to do is catch them in the beginning to where they want to listen to what happens next. So if you don't catch them in the hook and they're still sitting around and want to hear what you're doing, and they hear the verse, they're like, "Oh shit, I like that verse. Now I want to see how you're gonna freak the hook." Blah blah blah. But most people catch it. They're rapping their first couple bars to the song, and they're kind of seeing where they can go with the song. Um, and that's pretty much how I make my joints. I make an intro, I make a verse, I make a hook, I make a breakdown, and then I decide somewhere in the song whether I'm gonna use all 4 elements of that particular song. So I got 16 on the verse. So let me listen to the hook really quick, and I'll tell you whether it needs to be 16 bars or 8. This is the verse. See, that's 8 bars. That's not enough. That's not enough for the hook. Like it needs to turn around again to get your reiteration of what your hook is about. It needs to come back around again. So in this case, I double my hook to be 16 because you just got out what you're trying to say in your hook, and so it needs to come back around again. So in this particular hook, it'll be 8. It'll be 16 bars. Boom, 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 boom. So that is the hook. And another thing I also do is that what am I trying to say? Whenever you're creating a song, okay, here's what I'll say. A lot of times rappers take R&B songs. They take a song that they hear that was really meant to be an R&B song, and they rap on it, and that's how sometimes you get the different reiteration of not having 16 bars on a particular song. And I think that what happened is, like back in the day, remember when they used to create R&B songs, and then a rapper would jump on the R&B song, and they come in and give they add their they'll add their collab into the R&B song, And then sometimes that if the producer don't go in and make it long enough for them to have 16 bars, they come in and they jump in and do 12 bars. Or sometimes they may start rapping where the hook would have started, or they didn't have a hook into the song. So sometimes it kind of messes up the flow. But there is no rules. There's no rules to it other than when you're executing the song, how it sounds. Does it fit? Does the hook fit with the verse? Does the verse fit with the hook? Does it come back in time? Like my man Wugger, right? When I get beats from him, sometimes the song may have 16 bars or 18 bars, and then where the hook should be, I can still keep rapping I can still keep rapping in, or I can come in and I can talk over the part where the hook should be and then bring a hook in. Or I can have a hook in the beginning. I can do 8 bars, and then instead of finishing out the other 8 bars, I can talk through the next 8 bars and then bring in a hook. Still the same format. It's just however you want to freak the song, however it feels for you to come in and create. So everybody create differently. But again, like I said, I am old school. I kind of like to give a artist 16 bars and give them enough for a hook and bring the hook back. 16 bars, bring the hook back. And then most people don't even do 3 verses anymore. When's the last time you even heard anybody do 3 verses on a song? Some people only come in, do a verse and a hook and a bridge, and it should be out of here. Like songs is like 2 minutes tops instead of 3 minutes 15 seconds. Like 2 minutes. So you got that as well. Like there's a lot of times like I have full songs when I create a song. Like I think that the first verse and a hook is enough, and it's so perfect with the first verse and a hook that I'll just go ahead and chop it right at the end of the hook and freaking fade it out, and it's perfect. I can do a 7 song EP in 20 minutes just with cutting out the second verse, because that is the way that people consume music now. You want to get in, get the gist of it. Oh, that was pretty cool. Go to the next song. So because everything is fast food now, you don't even get a second verse sometimes, or you don't even get a third verse sometimes. But for me personally, so I don't waste my time, I always do a verse and a hook, a breakdown and a hook. I do that for all my beats. A verse and a hook and a breakdown and a hook. Let me put some of the comments on the screen. Linda Street said they say you should be rapping before 1 minute. Yeah, because think about it. Your hook should be 30 your hook should be, if you start out your song with a hook, your hook should be in the first 30 seconds in the beginning of the song. So then right after your hook comes in, if your song is designed that way, you should be automatically coming in with your verse right after your intro comes in. Let me give you an example. Right here. We're working on this, right? I have no intro. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give a 4-bar intro to this song. All right? So let's copy my sequence. All right? So I'm going to copy my verse, and I'm going to bring my verse down to 4 bars. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drums out of the intro. So check it out. This is going to be my intro. All right. So this is my intro. Now, the intro don't sound right because it's not enough. It's not enough of the intro. It's only 4 bars. But we're gonna play with that notion that your first 4 bars will be your intro. Now, if you count how many seconds this is gonna be, it's probably gonna be 10 to 15 seconds. That's actually 8 to 9 seconds is not enough for the intro. So check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's almost as if you're counting the. That's 4 bars. So pretty much that's 4 bars. So if I was to double it to make it 8, I don't know why I did that. I could have just moved my bars back, but. So 8 bars for my intro. So 8 bars would extend it, and it would be at least about 18 seconds. So somewhere up in those, you want to get your intro out of the way. You want to introduce your song to get it going. You want to kind of get them excited about what you about to drop for your verse. So let's see what else we got in here. Let's go through, see what we got on here. Alright, so we're gonna keep that. Alright, so we're gonna take out our kicks. So shift cut. We're gonna take out that. Alright, so we're gonna take out, no, we're gonna leave that vocal in there. I like the vocal for the intro. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out those 808s, because the 808 is gonna be a surprise when you come into the verse. Now you see how smoothly that verse came into the hook. I just pretty much added note repeat of my kick at the end. All right, so I added some of that, and then I note repeated on my kick. And then what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to my plugin, because my plugin is part of the beat. So I'm gonna eliminate that as well. So let's select all, cut, and now only thing you'll hear is just my drum elements. Now I just brought it right back to, brought it back to my intro. Instead of going back to the hook, I just brought it back to my intro because it drops out all the drums. But that's how I create the song, so that a person comes in and they say, oh, I hear what the intro is going to be. I hear what the verse is going to be. I hear what the hook is going to be. I can create around that. And then if they decide that maybe the hook should be the verse and the verse should be the hook, it's easy to swap it around. Or if they say, I like that, give me another verse, give me another hook, you can actually go into the stems and you can just pull the verse and the hook out. And it's easy for somebody to just take that and do it instead of it's just so that you don't have to, like, they don't have to keep coming back to you and saying, oh well, add me another verse and another hook on it. They can put it on a loop, and they can go from the verse to the hook and just keep looping it and keep looping it, and they can just keep on rapping and rapping and rapping until they come up with their song. And if they got a good engineer, the engineer can go in and chop it, copy it, paste it. Because I was an engineer first. I was an engineer before I made beats. And that's what I used to do. I have people come to me all the time like, hey, I got this beat off YouTube. Could you like take this beat and extend it? Easy. As long as I got a WAV file, I can go in the WAV file and chop WAV files all day. That's how I learned how to chop samples, is by engineering and like people just bringing beats to me. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make beats and have beats available for people to come in to record in my studio, because that's just what it is. But again, like I said, I'm old school, but that's just the way that I do stuff. Like, I used to sit down and listen to songs, and I'd listen to how, especially like R&B songs, like I used to sit and listen to the R. Kelly joints and the Usher joints and Jermaine Dupri joints, and I'd listen to like what the elements are in the song when they started out with an intro and they started out with a verse, like what was happening during these songs when they created the song. So I was like, okay, now I can hear when this song is about to change. And then when they start doing like the freaking the bridges in the song, oh my god. Then I'm like really excited. Like, how did they change the key and go to something different to like catch you into this bridge and then bring you right back into the song, back into the hook. So that always amazed me as a kid listening to music, because I was like, how did they do that? How did they come up with like making it different, but they still brought it back to where it still made sense? That's my class for today. I know we went on a tangent about creating songs. There's multiple ways of creating songs, and there's multiple ways of getting to the end goal, which is creating something that people are gonna remember, that's gonna say, okay, I remember such and such made that, or such and such jumped on that remix. Like, he said, too bad I don't have a tip jar. It's all good. My tip is by y'all subscribing to the page, watching the freaking lives, watching the videos, leaving comments. That's my tip. As long as y'all leave comments, y'all like the videos, y'all watch the videos, that makes the algorithm send my joint out to the world so everybody can see that we here. But yeah, Key 37 is the newest addition to my studio. Again, like I played with the Key 37 at NAMM last year, and I didn't, as y'all can see, I have now completed having every MPC in the studio. So this was the last one to get, and I wasn't gonna get it. To be honest with y'all, I wasn't gonna get the Key 37 because I already got the Key 61, and the Key 61 is the big daddy, the big dog. But when I played with this at NAMM, I thought this will be a good keyboard to learn how to play keys. And so next year my goal is to learn how to play the keys. Like, I can find chords, I can put stuff together. I know where stuff is at to build and make songs that I want to. Then you got the chord progressions in the MPC, which is really, really dope. you got progressions there, so you don't have to learn or know how to play keys. Like, the chord progressions is there. Now, what would have made the Key 37 unstoppable for a keyboard player that's learning how to play, to learn how to play the keys, was that if the keys would have lit up when you play the chord progression like it does in the pad perform, they would have murked this keyboard if they would have made the keys light up so you can see where the notes are on the keyboard. But hey, that's just extra homework for us to figure out. I do use the outputs. I do have outputs. You probably can't see it. I have the outputs going to my PreSonus mixer, and you won't be able to see it on my camera, but maybe you can. Let's see. Let's see if I can flip my camera on that side so you can see. But anyway, I have a cord that runs wrong way. Let's see if you can see it. Damn, you can't see it. That's in the way. You can kind of see the end of it right there. I got a PreSonus 32SC on that side, and I have everything running to the PreSonus. And I have this cable that comes to the front of my studio, and so every machine that I bring to the front is I'm able to run this output cable to there, and then I have that interface running to my stream. I try not to, and I have my microphone here as well that's also picking up my vocal, but some of the speakers do feed into the mic, so you kind of hear it double, but nothing you can do about that. And I don't want to. I hate to wear headphones when I'm on the stream. I hate to have headphones in. I like to hear it on the big speakers. So yeah, that's my class so far. So let's finish this up so that we don't lose this. We don't lose what we got so far. So we got an intro, we got a verse and a hook, and I'm gonna do a breakdown. So let's take the hook and make the hook a breakdown. So we're gonna copy the sequence. We're gonna name it breakdown. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our drums, and we're gonna mess with the drums a little bit. So we're gonna take that out of there too. Let's see what we got. We'll add some stuff back. All right, cool. Let's do that. All let's see what else we got here. All right, now I will tell y'all. Typically, it don't take 50 minutes to make a beat. I'm normally in here 15 minutes tops. Um, yeah, you probably got feedback because it's up, but 15 minutes tops, front to back, done. But I want to yap a little bit today because 1 hour streams, for as many people watch the 1 hour stream, then those hours calculate to be hours. So let's say 5 people watch the stream, then 5 hours will go to my viewership for the hours. So I need to yap a little bit. So here I am yapping. Now I don't want to get my joint taken down. No, there we go. All right, so now let's. So let's cut that up a little bit. Sample, edit, process. Let's not normalize it. Let's just do a gain change. Let's put the gain up a little bit. Alright, cool. So now we got it done. Let's save it. Menu, save, project. We'll name this feedback. Feedback 25. This is the 37. So 25, 37. So the way I name my song is I name it as whatever I feel it's gonna be. Then I put the year at the end, and then I put whatever machine I'm gonna be on. So if I'm on the X, I'll put feedback 25X. If I'm on machine, I'll put feedback 25 MSC. If I'm on the Akai Force, I'll do feedback 25 FCE. And that reminds me where I made the song at. So if I ever have to go back to find that song on the SD card, I know that I made that song on the Force, or I made it on the 37, or I made it on the 61. So that's my naming convention. And it tells me the year that I made it. So if I ever see a song that says feedback 25, I know I made that song in the year 2025, and I can go to the 2025 beats folder and find the song that way. So we named that feedback 2537, and then let's go ahead and do our song mode. So we got our intro, a verse, a hook. Instead of putting the hook there, we're gonna put hook, breakdown, then a hook, and I'm gonna bring the hook back twice. And we're gonna export as an MP3 file to my SD card. We're gonna name it the same as what the project is. And now it's exporting. Alright, well, thank you all for watching the stream. Let me read the last comments because I didn't see some of them. Linda Street, I appreciate it. 1700 at Zounds for the 32SC. Yep. I paid, I think I want to say I paid 1600 for mine. I got mine from Sweetwater, and I got it as I actually got it on sale for it was a B stock. It was a B stock one on sale for 1600 that somebody bought, returned it, and man, it was brand new in the pack, like nobody ever touched it when I got it from Sweetwater. And you know they have all that insurance on it, so if anything go bad within a certain time, they'll replace it. Sweetwater has always been dope for me. Like, I know, like, once I bought a computer from them, right? My PC over here that I bought in 2012, right? It's a recording studio computer. And within, I want to say, the first 30 days, the CD drive broke a CD inside the CD drive and broke the CD drive, right? I just called them and I told them, hey, the CD drive broke a CD in it. And they sent me out a new CD drive the next following 3 days. And they didn't charge me for it, nothing. Sent it. All I had to do, I don't even know if I had to send the old one back. Like, they just said, keep the old one, throw it away if you want, and make sure you get all the CD shards out of it, and then put the new one in. And they call me like every month or send an email checking on me, like for every piece of equipment I bought from them. They always asking if everything's okay, if I need something else. So yeah, they're really dope. So 800 Get Up Nard said the outputs is 6 dBu, real easy to have clipping issues. Then he says feedback, and then I'm bad about naming files. Yeah, probably any of the feedback that you probably hear is coming from my microphone, more than likely. He said he got his monitors B stock, saved $600. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with B stock. I like to save a couple dollars here and there, but I mean, I would have paid if I knew then what I know now about the PreSonus 32SC and how good that joker sound. I would have paid an extra $600 for it. And they actually just came out with a brand new complete set version of the Studio Lives that are in black. Like, they updated the whole suite. Like, I got this one before they did the updates, and now they just came up with a whole new suite of mixers. The PreSonus is the truth, bro. Like, listen, before I had a regular old 8-channel mixer, and I had my Behringer monitors, and I can't tell you the change in sound in my studio when I upgraded to the damn PreSonus 32SC, and the sound that came out of those Behringer monitors. Now, I thought those Behringer monitors were great compared to the M Audio joints I had before. I had M Audio BAs, I want to say, and they sounded good. And I thought those Behringers sounded good, but boy, these Yamaha, what are they? 7s. These Yamaha 7s that I just got, whoo! So you get what you pay for. Again, y'all hear me say this all the time. You get what you pay for. Sometimes you got to spend a little bit of bread. You got to get the things that cost, because they cost for a reason. There's a reason why they cost. So that's my soapbox for now. 2 more minutes. If y'all got any questions, hit me up real quick if you got any questions before we go. And then we're going to get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And yeah, we got 1 more minute before we make it to an hour. I enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all for all the comments that y'all made in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And again, y'all can follow me on all my social media. Is Beats by Lonze. All of my music, I got about 40 projects, 40 rap albums, R&B albums, instrumental beat tapes. I got about 40 of them on Bandcamp. That's beatsbylonze.bandcamp.com. And then for y'all people that like to get stuff free, everything else is on Spotify and Apple Music. So y'all can find all my music on the Spotify and Apple Music. And that is also Beats by Lonze. So you can find everything at Beats by Lonze. Then last but not least, my website, beatsbylonze.com. I have all the beats for sale on beatsbylonze.com. I know y'all producers, y'all don't buy beats like me. But I buy beats from other producers just to support. And my podcast is there, the Grind 329 by Lonze podcast is out there at beatsbylonze.com. My merch is there at beatsbylonze.com. I have a free expansion called My Bad Expansion. It's free. I have it at beatsbylonze.com. You can just download it from the website. So if you go down to the bottom of my website, the free expansion kit is there for brand new producers that just need sounds. I made that just to give away. So that's there at beatsbylonze.com. I'm telling you, the Persona stuff, out of this world. Out of this world. Out of this world. So I'm telling you, it's really, really good. So I think that is all that I got for y'all. Much love to you. And I'll catch y'all on the next go round.
Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show.
And make sure y'all follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out. Peace out.